This is Skip versus Ernestine. This is round 66. I'm Skip. She's Ernestine. I like your hair. Way to go.
It's my real hair.
She's hot. What
No,
can I
it's
tell
my
you?
real hair.
It's
not
real
blown
hair.
out.
Not blown out
I
today.
got tired of blowing it out. I became a slave to my hair.
Well,
And I
didn't you
just-
go to the salon today or something?
No, I didn't go to the salon
thought
today.
you went to the salon this morning.
No,
I don't
this is
know.
my normal hair that I've always had my whole life. Except when I got
I
my
hope so.
hair was ruined by somebody who had flat ironed my hair,
I
and so then I had to
understand.
do a treatment, and then I started getting my hair blown out. But I got tired of getting blowouts because I liked my old hair and I wanted it back again, so I just tried it.
Okay, it looks good.
Well, it's getting
like
better.
Okay.
It's getting better. I mean, it's getting
All right.
better.
I still have my real hair,
Well, you have real hair.
but I covered it up with a baseball
I
cap.
had real hair. It was my hair that they blew out, but this
Yeah.
is my natural wave, whatever. So, whatever. I just felt like I was a slave to my hair.
Okay.
That's a whole different
And
world.
somewhere around here is the star of the
She's
show.
down there.
Hazel, she's underneath this table right now.
Yeah,
She's
okay.
prowling. I don't know what she's doing. She's a little upset.
Let her be.
She's a little
Let her be.
skittish today. I
Let her
don't
be.
know why.
Go
She
sleep,
runs this
Hazel.
household. Let's start with some of your comments, your feedback. This is from at NLG Bo Sosa. Ernie, shut and skip down on these debates. Love it,
Okay.
says NLG.
I do my best.
Shutting me down how? What are
Please,
you talking about?
Please. Should we count the
This
ways?
is delusion.
Yeah, right. Delusion, yeah. You're
He's so
delusion.
close to you, he called you Ernie.
Well, that's my name. Some people call me Ernie.
A lot of people, like most people, call you Ernie.
Yeah.
Except for this guy.
Well, my mother never called me Ernie.
She didn't? Good
My
for
sister
her.
doesn't call me Ernie.
Ever. Right?
My close friends don't call me Ernie.
They don't?
No, and my friend Francesca, Richard, Tom,
Have
Robin.
have I ever called you one time in our lives together? How long have we been together? Like,
Whatever.
God,
A couple of years here and there.
it's 20 years. In 20 years, have
Yeah.
I ever called you Ernie? No,
No.
not one time.
Call Ernestine.
But Bo Sosa is so close
That's
to you,
okay.
he's
I
calling
don't
you
mind
Ernie.
it. I had a friend
this-
Roberta, and they would call us Ernie and Bert.
I know. Okay,
anyway.
so is Bo Sosa somebody I should be concerned
No,
about here?
I appreciate that. Ernie is
Okay.
fine.
This is
answer
at
to Ernie.
Michael Kihas, 3102. I want to argue with Skip. Ernestine, I respect your patience.
Thank you. Believe me,
That's true.
a lot of patience. And I don't have.
I'm your patient.
Yeah, you're my
Right?
child.
You've got to
most
have
of the time.
patience with your patient.
Patient, yeah.
right?
That
She
is
said
true.
the other night again.
And now I know what it's like to
I
have a son.
child. And not a son, you just said a
Child.
I wasn't doing anything. I
No,
was just
oh gosh.
being me.
Please. Yeah, that's case closed.
This is from Ruiz Williams, who says, I picked Skip to run with SAS as his vice president, reference to my brother, Stephen A. Smith, who has made some noise about running for president. I don't think he's going to, but what do I know? It's still,
Well, I think
there's
he
still
said he wasn't
time
going
to
to,
go.
but the CBS thing
Yeah,
that
then I
ran
think it
was from
punched his
taped a while
buttons
ago.
again, and he started thinking, maybe I should do
He's
this.
not going
I
to make
don't
the
know.
money that he's making now.
I think
so.
he'd be a good president, but the truth is, I think I would make a better president than he
Oh,
would.
please.
Well,
Let's
then
not go there.
He could be my vice president.
Oh, please. I just.
Hey, how could I be the vice president for a man who's never won a single debate off
But
me?
there you go. That's your problem. That's why you
Right?
could not. Well, I don't know. The president
Fact.
seems to be an egomaniac, so I guess it's okay.
Well, every president's
thinks
an
that he's won
egomaniac.
right.
Every one of them. You have to be president. It's a prerequisite. It's a
I
requirement.
don't know about that. Jimmy
Well,
Carter wasn't like that.
Yeah, but you just know he was, or he wouldn't
I
have
don't
gotten to
think
where
so.
he was. I
Jimmy
know he
Carter
didn't
was a
act
very nice man.
that way. Okay, many of our viewers are still just spilling over with opinions about the Bad Bunny halftime show. So,
Bad Bunny.
okay, let's just do a couple of quickies just to show
Fire
you
Bad
the
Bunny.
intensity, the fury with which people are continuing to react. This was as hot a button as we've had for
Yes.
a year or so. This is from Instagram. This is at Jake Musamechi. Hope I got that right.
That's a good name.
The people who had an issue with it don't know who he is or know his music, okay? Is that the rest of the world's fault, or is that on you to try to listen to his music, okay? That being said, political nonsense is making this much, all caps, much bigger than it needs to be. Well, yeah,
I think that's
it's
true.
we're split along political lines, right?
Yeah, it became very political.
Yeah, we got right wing says, who the hell is this, and why is he staining our stage, right? Although you didn't love it, and
I'm not
you're
a big
more
Bad
you
Bunny
lean
fan.
more left. Okay, all right. So maybe it
Make
isn't
me a
split.
bad person. I just
No, it
not
doesn't. It
really
doesn't.
into
Okay.
him.
And this is from Facebook Ben Mills, who says the NFL decided to promote to other countries at the expense of its current fan base during the most coveted / watch game of the year, where tickets averaged $7,000 a pop.
Wow.
PR folks felt pride, understandably. PR is in Puerto Rico,
Right.
not PR, not like
Not-
UPR.
I was a
You know,
PR
Puerto
person.
Rico folks felt pride, understandably, but most Americans were not impressed. I got the message, and I am finally done, as in out, says Ben Mills.
I think a lot of people felt that way.
Okay, but Ben, do I believe you're never going to watch the NFL again because of Bad Bunny? I don't. I know you'll say it now, and you might believe it for now.
And
And
once
then-
those games
Then
start,
August comes, and you're like,
Back
well,
on
I'm going
track.
to check out the Cowboys.
Yeah.
I'll just watch one preseason game, and then you're like, God,
hooked.
they're better than I thought.
Hooked.
Oh, I think I'll.
Bad Bunny who?
I
Forget Bad Bunny. Watch the games.
and then
Nobody's gonna.
finally
say
we
anything.
have at TMNK Gardens, who says skip twerk to Bad Bunny's performance.
Oh, I missed
I think
that
not.
one.
I did not twerk.
No,
He
I
twerked.
never-
He was crotch grabbing.
Yeah, but I didn't
Okay?
see you.
They all do.
I
Michael
didn't
Jackson
see
did.
you. I didn't
But-
see you twerking, huh?
To quickly restate my opinion, I admire him as a performer, as a showman, as an actor. He was very good in Happy Gilmore
was great.
too, and he was good on
believable.
Saturday Night Live. He's a showman. He knows how to create.
He's an entertainer.
Yeah, he can create extravaganza. That was an extravaganza
Right.
of a halftime
Well, he
show.
had to. It was the
It-
Super
it
Bowl.
was-
He can't just do a regular
It
performance.
was
You have
epic.
to blow it out.
If you can go back to Cecil B. DeMille, if we could
Yeah.
hark back to
well,
that reference, but
Ten
the
Commandments.
production of it was spectacular.
Yeah, no, it
How
was.
he
It was-
recreated the living, breathing sets of his album covers and just went from one to another in 13 minutes. I still have no idea. It's a modern miracle of production that they got the sets on and off the field.
I know, but I
at
don't know why you're
halftime.
so amazed at that.
I-
it's like a Broadway show. How
Okay,
did they
I
change
don't know,
the
but
sets?
this is
I know,
beyond
but
a
that's
Broadway
what these people
show.
do for a living. They know how to do it.
Well,
That's their job.
they had
I
rehearsed
mean, I
this
couldn't
to
do
death.
it. Hold down.
Yeah. By the way, we do love all your questions and comments, and I
Yes.
always
Keep 'em coming,
cringe
keep 'em
every week because we
There's
have
so
to,
many of them,
we
we
have
have
to
to
leave
edit
them
them
on the
down.
cutting room floor, and we apologize. We will get to you
Yeah, we keep
next,
We keep the other
but
ones
we
that
do the
didn't
best
do.
we can, and we love to respond to your questions. They're really
And by
provocative.
the way, just if I'm going to add on to this, because Gaga came out, right? And I'm a big Liza Minnelli fan, and Liza has a new autobiography coming out,
Oh.
which I've already pre-ordered because
Wow.
I love her.
Who knew?
And she said something about Gaga that I do believe is true. When Gaga came out with Liza at the Grammys 2 years ago, I think it was, and Liza was in a wheelchair,
Okay.
and then all of a sudden Gaga is there and she's saying, "Don't worry, I got you." Liza says in her new book that they wouldn't let her come out unless she was in a wheelchair because they said she was like a senior and she had to be in a wheelchair. And she said that basically Gaga pushed her out of the way and just wanted to get the spotlight. And she was like, "Oh, don't worry, I have you." And Liza's like, "I'm okay." And she just made it as though Liza couldn't even talk or anything.
She
So
ripped Gaga.
yeah, but I do believe because she becomes like Zelig, where every situation she
I
shows
know.
up
And she
and
reshapes herself
becomes
into what she
yeah,
has to
like,
be.
Remember we used to watch True Blood and they had the shapeshifters? It's like all of a sudden she's that. Then she's with Tony Bennett, who I adore Tony Bennett. She's doing Stepping Out with Tony Bennett. It's like, just do your own music and stop invading other
Well, she
people's
did for
music.
a while until she broke through, and then she started doing everybody else's
Right, I
music.
mean, you don't need to do that. Liza is Liza with a Z and she's an icon. I'm sure she could handle it. She's handled way more situations than that girl will ever even handle in her life. So
Okay.
that's my thing about
You got
her
that?
showing up at the Super Bowl.
What's Hazel gnawing
She's
on?
eating her bone, that
Her
bone,
antler?
her
We
antler.
call it
She has an
antler.
antler.
She's
She likes
chewing
to
on
eat
the
it when
antler.
she is relaxed. Anyway, that's my 2 cents.
All right, and final comment before we get to your questions. This is from @3fellas social, who says, Skip, you don't ask Ernestine what she wants to do for Valentine's Day. You make plans and take her out.
Thank
Come
you.
on, man.
Thank you.
Says 3fellas.
Thank you. He did ask me,
Okay.
do you want to go out? And I said no. I said I would like to stay in.
Now she's gagaing me. She's pushing me
No,
off
I'm
the
not. No,
stage out of
yeah.
her way. She's,
No, I'm
she's saying,
not.
I've got you,
No.
And she's really throwing me
No,
under the
that's,
bus.
you said, what would you like to
Okay.
do for Valentine's Day? And I said, you said, do you want to go out? Do you want to go to a
I
restaurant? Do you want somewhere?
suggested to go to a restaurant,
Yeah.
and she
And I said, you know
adamantly
what,
said,
I just-
no.
I
Like,
just
I
wanted
don't
to
want to go. I just want to stay
stay
here.
home and knock around in sweats and just watch
Okay,
TV.
so don't
No.
condemn me.
So,
I
okay.
did it correctly.
I can't condemn him. He did it correctly.
I can't win
You
because
can't win.
I'm supposed to go
Oh,
buy
by
a
the way, why
Christmas
don't you
present.
show one of your Valentine's Day gifts?
What do
The
you
one
mean?
right next to you.
Oh,
Yeah, I gave him 3
Okay.
gifts. They came late.
All right.
But one of the gifts, because he
Okay.
loves Young Frankenstein, the movie.
we both do.
I love
Mel
Frankenstein.
Brooks.
I love Young
and
Frankenstein.
It's
So-
inspired.
It
it's,
is.
It's very funny,
Yeah.
clever.
So I bought him.
Okay, she bought
It just
me a
came 2
pillow
days ago.
with
and it's
all
got
the
all the
scenes.
scenes from Young Frankenstein on it. It's really funny. It's a cute pillow. It's great.
Okay.
Anyway, and what was the other thing I bought you? The T-shirt that came. We don't need no stinking badges.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
I got
oh yeah,
him from Blazing
the other-
Saddles.
From Blazing
The
Saddles.
T-shirt says one of his favorite lines, the scene in the movie.
Okay, it's everybody's favorite line, and it's weird. It's weirdly funny good.
It's funny.
They're interviewing outlaws,
They're
you know, because
interviewing
they're
the
trying to build like an army to go
Right.
ruin what's the town called? Is it Red Rock?
Red Rock.
Yeah. Okay.
Red Rock.
So they're going to go devastate, annihilate Red Rock
Right.
with an army of
Right.
outlaws, and so they're actually having them
Right, they
stand
have
in
'em
line
interviewed.
to interview for the job.
It's funny.
And there's some banditos who get up there and,
Right.
and he says, Harvey Korman says, here.
Well, then they say to one, "How many did you kill?" Remember, they go to him, "How many did you kill?" He had like a belt with notches or something. They were just seeing
Okay,
who's
well, they
tough.
were just interviewing, but he chose them.
Right.
And he said, here's your badge. And the
Right.
guy takes it and tosses it away and says, badges? We don't need no stinking badges.
Right, so
and
I-
it's just,
it's
it became,
funny.
so I used to do radio in Dallas, Texas, like talk radio.
Right.
And coming out of breaks, it seemed like every show would play that line.
It's funny.
Badges? We don't need no stink. And it's
funny.
just, it's become this all-time classic line. It's not that great. It's kind of
It's
weird.
funny in the
It's
movie.
just funny in the
The
movie,
scene
but
is
it's not. It doesn't seem like it would be a classic line that would stick. It's another one of those who knew where
Right,
you'd say,
right.
what?
But it
Why?
did. It's
If
funny.
I'd shown you the script and said, pick the most talked about line in the history of this movie, which line will you pick? Well, you wouldn't pick that
Oh,
one.
but they had a bunch of different lines that you
Well, I
could
mean,
get.
it's just one thing
But I
after
like
another.
that one.
I mean, and as she could tell you, I know every line of dialogue.
does.
I can
So do
say
I.
it before they say it. I know
We do.
every line, and I also know every line to Die Hard, which is my proudest
I
possession.
like the scene when they say, "So we made our own circle." When they're going
She
around,
loves that.
I love that scene.
And it's
Anyway,
like-
you have to know the movie well.
I get it, but I don't get it. But I do. Every time we get to that scene, it's her favorite scene.
Crack up.
Where the black family is traveling with the wagon train, and the whole movie is a way ahead of its time,
It is. It is.
scathing social commentary on black-white relations in this country, or lack thereof.
Yeah.
And so the black family is having to trail along behind because Black Bart, the sheriff, is the little kid,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
In the
Cleavon Little.
Cleavon Little. And so when the Indians attack, no, we can't say Indians, we're not supposed to, but they're at this point they were called Indians.
Yeah.
And they attack the wagon train, and the black family, because the wagon train makes
They
a
have to
circle,
make a big circle, and they
you know,
go
so
so-
they can fight and defend themselves. And it shows the black family, and they're just going around in a little circle away from, and it's funny.
And they go, "So we made our own circle."
We made
and
our
they
own
go around
circle.
a little circle.
And they had to make
It's
their
so
own
funny.
circle.
It's so funny.
And then Mel Brooks is playing the chief of the Indians who
Right.
attack.
Jewish.
Yeah, well, he's playing a Jewish chief.
So funny.
And he goes over and looks at him, and he's like, Schwarzes. Right? Okay. We're going crazy about Blazing Saddles. You
Yeah.
got to watch it if you've never
You
watched
should
it.
watch it. It's so
And
funny.
by the way, she also, my other Valentine's present, which I
Yes.
thought you were referring to, was my book.
Oh, I got you.
She
yeah, I
got
got
me
you
the
3
new
things.
Casablanca book,
Yes.
which is
We
called
mentioned this, didn't we,
We'll
last
Always
week?
Have
Yeah.
Casablanca. I don't think we
I
mentioned
did.
it.
I think we mentioned it last week.
We did? I don't
Yeah.
remember that.
It was behind the
but I've
scenes of
started reading
Casablanca.
it,
It's good,
and
right?
it's not good, it's great.
Yeah.
It's rich with detail. And what
Well-
what always just knocks me over about Hollywood, there's an old expression, I think it was William Golding who said, nobody knows anything.
That's true.
They don't. Like, we're blocks away from the studios here, and they don't know anything. No, if anybody
They
knew
don't know
anything,
what's gonna
they don't know
make it
what
or
to
break
make.
it. Yeah.
If there was the magic movie to be made that would become Blazing Saddles or Casablanca, then they would just keep making it. But they try and they fail. And if you start reading this book about Casablanca, you'll say, how did it ever get made?
Right.
Because it went through 1,000 drafts. And it was first a stage play that went nowhere, and then I'm early in the book, but it's going from writer to writer.
Yeah.
First, it went to every studio, and they all said
They
no.
said no,
You
right.
know, it's the classic. Every great movie got rejected by every studio.
is
What
true.
what does that tell you about Hollywood?
People don't
It's
really
the
know.
ultimate crapshoot, and then they're making this movie, and then some of the writers start getting excited about it, but they keep passing it to who was Warner Brothers doing? I can't remember who did it,
Yeah.
but I think it's Warner's. But they've got contract writers, and they just keep passing it around, and they let them edit.
Yeah.
And so one guy says, I think this needs to be taken more seriously, because there are these two twins, two guys
Yeah.
from Brooklyn who are twin writers, and they get the most credit for it, but they're comedy writers.
Right, right.
And I never think of Casablanca as a comedy.
No,
But they
not a
wrote
comedy.
a lot of jokey,
Yeah.
like riposte lines where
Yeah.
you're going back and forth, and where Rick is going back and forth with the lieutenant or whatever
Yeah.
they call it, the police
Yeah.
chief.
It's cheap.
Okay, and it's sort of sarcastic, funny, and then another writer gets a hold of it and says, "I got to make this more serious," and he writes in some more
Right.
serious scenes,
Right.
and then the two twins get it back, and they start taking the scenes out.
Right. But in the end, it
How
turned
does
out
it-
to be something that.
Okay, but nobody knows.
No.
And then how did it work? And then they're rewriting scenes the night before, and they say much of the
incredible.
dialogue was written sometimes an hour or two before it was to be
Crazy.
shot. Okay, this
that's
is
the magic
this
of
is
Hollywood.
lunacy that movie worked. I don't know
incredible.
why. I'll tell you. You need a story, you need a plot line, but you need Humphrey Bogart
Wow.
and
Yeah.
what's her name? Can't think of her.
Ingrid Bergman.
Ingrid Bergman. You
Yeah.
better have that.
Yeah.
And they don't even like each other. And she admitted she had no real feeling for him, and she didn't like kissing him.
it worked.
And it just, I don't know. It's magic on screen.
It just works.
But Humphrey Bogart, it's not going to work without him,
No.
because he became that proprietor of that establishment, and that's what, because the whole thing is basically shot in this nightclub,
Burbank Studio.
right? But it's in a nightclub.
Yeah,
The whole,
it's a nightclub.
except for the airport scene at the
Yeah.
end. Sorry, I got all riled up about that.
Anyway,
But that's all about Valentine's.
Valentine's Day.
Okay. Before we continue, you wanted to have a quick thought about Savannah Guthrie's mother.
It's terrible.
Her kidnapping, we assume,
Nobody knows anything still.
we assume.
And
she
now
was
they said that
kidnapped?
they're going to pull back a little bit on trying to find her. I just don't even know how you just go on knowing that your mother is gone, and now it's like, well, okay, just move on. We're just going to keep moving on. It's just horrible. It's right up there with Rob Reiner today.
Yeah.
They had the first.
We got a question about
Oh,
that.
we
You want to
do.
hold it
Yeah,
for that?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
We
but
should hold your
Savannah
tongue on
Guthrie's mother, this whole thing is just, now the people in her, I saw on the news this morning on the Today Show,
that. Yeah.
the people in the community they're gathering together and they're just going out looking on the property to try to help find clues. Because I wonder who's paying for all this, because somebody has to fund it, right? To get these investigators, and then Trump called her and said you'd have
Well, no,
whatever
but
you
your
need, but
tax
after a
dollars at
while,
work for the most part,
but
and
how
then
many-
at some point,
I don't know when they give that up. When do they say?
it's going to go in the cold case file, because at some point they're just going to say,
Well,
we give up.
I
We
saw
don't have any leads.
The head of the police in the Pima, is it Pima?
I don't know.
The town they live in,
Oh, okay.
said that the DNA they found on some of those gloves, it could take a year to figure that out.
Okay.
I don't know. It's just so sad. And she's gone from the Today Show now. Now she's over.
So it's done?
Yeah,
done
she's
with
not
it?
gonna come back. I mean, it's just she has a career, and then her career is over with. So overnight.
Well,
And her mom, God help that woman.
I don't know.
I don't
I don't know what to say.
It's very touching because
you
everybody
followed
can-
it much more closely than
Well,
I have.
everybody can
But I
feel-
thought you had a decent point early on, as crazy as it was. You said, it's too bad you can't get the mafia.
I would get the mafia.
You know,
I would have
get
already
them.
gotten,
They'll go find
they
her.
love
They'll
their
just-
mothers. I would have gotten in touch with Scorsese, who knows some people down Lower East Side, Little Italy, and I would get the Irish mafia. I'd get the Russian mafia. I would
Okay.
just tell them it's
And-
my mother,
And if
I
there's
can
some
pay you whatever I
involvement
can
of
pay you.
Mexican drug cartels, then the
I would-
leader of the biggest, baddest cartel just got
Yeah,
killed.
Right.
I guess you'd say assassinated.
Yeah.
He just got killed in
yeah.
a takeover by the Mexican authorities.
Mm-hmm.
I think the army killed him.
I just think that somebody can help her,
Yeah,
but and psychics. I don't know.
I'm sure they've tried that.
I'm sure, because somebody I went to a long time ago, they helped find missing children with the police. They were a psychic.
It became such a big story, which you would think the kidnappers would know. It would explode. But it got to the point where their ability to escape probably hinged on killing her. I hate to say this, but in the end, if you try to give her back for ransom,
You're gonna
you
be
run
trailed. You're gonna be tracked
you run
down.
a much higher risk of getting caught.
I just don't know how they can't find this woman.
It's terrible.
God help her
Well, God help her now, because it's
and the
been
family.
it's been a long time.
A month.
This is Summer from Portland. I think she's a big fan of ours. I think she's written in
hope
several
so.
times. I hope so. Thank you, Summer. But she says Paradise returns this week. And I know we're all super excited. We sure were. It got me thinking, what show were you most excited for when it returned for another season? Okay, you want to deal with that, or you want to just talk about Paradise? Just for the record, we did watch the first episode of season 2 just to get a sense of it, and we're not going to spoil it for
Because
you.
Francesca, my best friend, told me she watched it today because she's home.
Because
The
the
blizzard,
snow.
the
Oh,
blizzard
yeah,
in New
she's
York. So she
Okay.
said I couldn't wait for it to drop, so she watched it today. But I didn't hear from her what she thought.
Oh, you didn't?
No,
Oh,
I didn't hear from
okay.
her. So,
Okay.
let's see. Return for another season.
Okay, what series did you miss the most? What
Well,
would you-
I really liked Murders in the Building in the
Yeah,
first
that's
couple of
true. She
seasons when
did.
that came out. That
Yeah.
was really the end. The last seasons weren't as good, but the beginning seasons were great. I couldn't wait for
they
that.
had some good cliffhangers.
Oh, it
in
was
that.
good.
They were funny, scary.
Yeah, it was great.
Okay, that's a good one.
That was one.
I'll buy that. I mean, it's hard for me to get Sopranos out of my head because it was
Right.
the all-time. So
That was-
obviously, from year to year, I couldn't wait for the start of the next
Yeah.
season. But it wasn't so much for the cliffhangers, it was just for the greatness of it,
Yeah.
the edge of seat greatness. I'm not sure any character has ever been portrayed better than James Gandolfini portrayed Tony Soprano. That's the truth. And Edie Falco was
Yeah,
really
she was
great.
great too.
Yeah,
What other? We talked about a couple others, and now I can't remember.
just ones
And-
recently.
Recent ones.
Okay.
Oh,
By the way, James.
Well, I wanted Paradise.
Okay, you wanted Paradise is the
I couldn't wait
one.
for Paradise to come back.
And just in a
And
nutshell.
Night Manager. Night Manager was
Okay,
another
we're
one. I
about to
waited
talk
6
about
years
Night
for that one
Manager.
to come back.
That is true. Not 6, but
Well, I think it was 6 years.
was it really?
It was 2019 or something when the last Night Manager was on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
didn't know
I think
that.
it was 6 years.
Okay. So, in a nutshell, she liked Paradise a little more than I did. Once I knew who had killed the president of the United States, who was down in the bunker, then I was kind of, okay, I'm good. And yet, then, this is not a spoiler alert because this was the end of season 1, Sterling K. Brown, who is extraordinary in this.
He's so good.
He is this guy. They decide to go up in search of life above because the world has basically ended,
And he
or so
thinks
they
that his
think.
wife is still out there.
And he thinks his wife he
Might
doesn't
be
know.
out there,
She
right.
might still be alive. And so he's going to go up and out to see what he can find out of the Colorado bunker that's whatever,
The paradise that they all live in. now.
way below ground.
Right.
And it's idyllic, perfect place, except the president gets murdered.
But it's
Because it's
paradise.
not paradise.
No.
It's ironically not paradise,
No,
right?
It's a fake paradise.
So we watched the first episode just to get a feel for it, and it is a huge left turn, giving nothing away.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah,
as left turnish as you can get, featuring
for the entire episode.
the entire episode. Featuring, and this is not a giveaway, but Shailene Woodley is now 34 years of age and has changed. Her face looks, as
looks
she
good.
grew up, she sort of
looks
grew
good.
differently. Her face changed. Not that she's at work.
No,
She
she's
just
beautiful.
became a woman.
Yeah.
She's not the girl that she used to be in all of the above
No.
that she used to do.
She's grown up.
And she is the star of probably the whole new season, I guess.
I don't know, because now we have to see where
Okay.
it goes after the first
But
episode.
her backstory is all episode 1, and it is way left turn.
Yeah. It's out there.
Nothing to do, very, very little to do with season 1.
So I guess you have to hang in and then
Yeah.
they reel it back to where we ended. But
I guess.
I was a little, well, I'm not gonna say anything. We'll recap it
She
next
wasn't.
week.
She wasn't happy with it.
No, but I watched it.
It's kind of rough, actually.
Yes.
Anyway, whatever. You
Anyway, watch it.
draw your own conclusion. Recommended, though.
Yeah,
I would recommend it.
definitely watch it.
Yeah.
And I've watched the first season if you didn't see this new one yet, if you're not gonna watch this one.
Yeah. By the way, James Cameron has sent a scathing letter to antitrust lawmakers protesting Netflix's proposed acquisition of Warner Brothers Discovery, saying it could be disastrous for the theatrical motion picture business.
I agree.
Netflix execs have called going to the movies an outdated concept. And so we were talking about this the
Yeah.
other night, speaking of all these streamers,
I agree.
because Paradise is on Hulu, and yet I reminded my wife that it's been a long, long time since we went to the movies.
But I would still go to the movies.
She
You
says
don't
she
say-
would,
No,
but
I would. I
just
want to
don't
see the
know.
Jason Statham movie that came out 2 weeks ago. But
Yeah,
I
but
find the
that's
problem.
gonna
What I
be
said to
our
you.
TV's
I
right
know,
up
but
here.
you keep
It'll be
saying
on our
that.
TV
I know, but,
in a
but
week.
there's a different feeling. I said to you, this is how we started talking about it. I said, you know what? It's just like the computer. Once you go on the TV,
Yeah,
there's so much that you just keep going from show to show to show.
Yeah.
But it's not quality, it's quantity. There's so many bomb shows that we turned off. You paid $20 to watch it the other night, and we turned it off. It was so bad.
well, that was
So-
Marty Supreme.
Oh,
It's
that
going to
was horrible.
sweep the
Right.
Academy Awards.
Right, but everybody thinks so. But there have been other movies that
Yeah.
we've paid $20 for, and it's just crap. So it's kind of gotten out of control. I would rather go to a movie because once you go in that movie, it's like the Nicole Kidman commercial before the movies.
Yeah.
When she sits there and she says, you know, you go into a new world and then all of a sudden the lights go down and you're in this world. And it's
That's
just
true.
a feeling
No,
about
I
watching
got
that
it.
rather than watching it on TV because it's like, oh, I have to go to the bathroom. Can you just pause it? It's not the same feeling.
That's true.
And so And it's the same
No,
thing
I mean,
with
that's why
computer.
James Cameron, Avatar
Right.
creator,
Right.
is saying, I make movies to be absorbed
Right.
in the darkness.
That's what's his name
a
was saying,
giant
Denzel
screen.
Washington, when he
He
said,
did.
you have to watch a movie in a movie
You have to
theater.
watch it in the
But
theater.
it's similar to what I said
understand.
about the computer. Sometimes I'll just go on and I'll look at something and then it brings me to something else and then brings me, and next thing I know, it's 3 hours and I'm still looking because it's just like this endless pit of stuff.
It is.
And it just drags you down the rabbit hole deeper and deeper and deeper. And I don't
does.
even think it's really good for you because it's kind of like you could just sit there all day long and not function as a human being outside of
Okay,
sitting at
but
your computer.
I remind you, for the first, 10 years of our relationship, a weekend wouldn't pass without us going to the
I know.
movies.
I would still go to the
and,
movies.
and we might go
to two movies
two.
sometimes. We would do the matinees. We would do like a 2:00 and then a 4:00.
or no, but we do a Friday evening and a Saturday
Oh
afternoon.
yeah, but
did
sometimes
that
we
a
would do
lot.
2 in an afternoon. We would just go and then we would go again in the 23 plexes or whatever on 8th Avenue or the one up in Connecticut we used to do. But I prefer the movie in a movie theater if I had to choose.
Yeah, our
This is
whole
convenient,
life,
but-
our whole escape life is now built around streaming.
Well, and it's the conversation that
And I
everybody has
can't-
in
all these series that we watch.
yeah.
I can't even remember the names of them. They
I
just
can't even
run
remember.
together.
I don't even know when they drop, when they don't drop. But don't you find, maybe you don't speak to as many people as I speak to, but everybody, it's the opening line when you see a friend, hey, what have you been watching? It's become, that is, how's the weather?
But all your friends, all they want to talk about are these streamers.
Right,
All,
that's
all
the
these
thing.
series.
So the world
right?
has now flipped, and that is the world, and it's sad.
And James Cameron is correct. If Netflix, if this goes through, and the Trump
be
administration has been fighting it like mad, for the record, and maybe somebody else like Paramount Plus wants to get in on the bidding, but Netflix is becoming the behemoth that nobody can stop.
Right.
But again, the Trump administration is going to say you're breaking antitrust laws because you're going to monopolize streaming, where it's going to be Netflix or bust, where everything's going to go to Netflix. And James Cameron is not as worried about the antitrust as he is about just killing movies in theaters,
yeah.
right?
It's terrible.
Okay. So speaking of us, as we go to the movies on
Yeah,
the couch,
Did go to the movie.
but we did watch Night Manager, and
Yeah.
I didn't like the first couple of episodes, but she forced me.
Yeah, I had a gun
She
to his head.
dragged
Yeah.
me. It's like being dragged to the movie theater, except
Right.
being dragged to the couch to watch Night Manager. And
Well, Richard told me that it got better
friend
because my friend Richard, we were about to give up, and then I said to Richard, I don't know,
Yeah.
I haven't liked it, and he said, you have to get to the end.
Yeah.
It's really a flip, and it's good.
okay, I recommended it takes off.
It does. It's
In
really,
Colombia, it finally
yeah, to like the
takes
4th or 5th
off.
episode, it goes.
When a
and
villain from the
Yes.
previous season 6 years ago
Yeah.
returns
And Olivia
unexpectedly,
Colman returns,
and
and
then all of a
you,
sudden
Lori.
all the dots reconnect,
Yeah, it's great.
and we're back on
Yeah,
schedule.
he's great.
And
Tom
it has
Hiddleston.
a shocking conclusion, and frankly, without spoiling, a depressing
It
conclusion.
does, yeah, it is. It's depressing, but
Okay,
it's really
so-
good.
So basically, without giving anything
No, don't
away,
give it away.
well,
Don't give it away.
nothing good happens at the end. I'll
But
just
it's
say
a really
that.
good ending. And
It's
I
a good
don't- yeah.
ending with nothing good happening.
Right, but it's worth watching. If you like Night Manager 1, Night Manager 2 is as good.
And they have really deeply, truly set up Night Manager 3.
Yeah, Tom Hiddleston.
It's almost
Great.
like they're forcing you to watch 3 because you can't be left with such a
No.
bad taste in your mouth, right?
No, it's good. I
Okay.
liked it.
And then, thanks to me,
Yeah,
we watched on Saturday night, late,
bizarre
a movie.
movie.
We watched a movie called Mercy that has just come out. Forgive me, I can't even think of what his name is.
It's
He's-
Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt is correct, thank you. And
who's good.
He is the whole movie. It's
He's
okay.
a little underrated because
Yeah.
people just know him from, I guess, Jurassic
Yeah,
Park.
like a
but
lot
he
of
played
Jurassic
in
Park.
Moneyball originally.
He did. He broke through in
back
Moneyball.
He's been on a lot of good movies.
No, this is his star vehicle, and he grabs it by the throat and shakes it all the way home.
It's a little crazy, but it's good.
But it's the future, and I think it is a completely frighteningly accurate depiction of our future in this world. I don't know how far in the future it is, but it's about video and how our entire lives are now going to be on video, and the mercy court is what has taken over the country, where every accused criminal is tried before the mercy court judge, who's AI. And so she can't have a gut feeling. She only deals in facts. And whoever that woman is who plays that role,
Who's the one who played in the Mission Impossible? I can't think
she's
of her
very
name.
good.
Yeah, she was good.
She nails it as the AI.
Very robotic. And
Well, she
seems
has
to
to be because she's
robotic. Can't think of
literally
her name.
robotic. Okay.
Can't think of her name. I'll look up her
Okay,
name.
that's fine. But the point is, it's chilling how detailed and accurate his trial is as he...
Rebecca Ferguson.
Okay, that's right, Rebecca Ferguson. As he is allowed to fact check for himself, so he gets to actually try to
Defend
prove his
himself.
innocence.
Yeah, he defends himself.
But he can fact check with video
Or friends, or he
in
like
a
people.
second. He can call anybody
Yeah.
that he wants as long as he's trying to
Right,
solve
right.
the crime,
Yeah.
right? And he's accused of his wife's murder. And obviously for a while, you're like,
I think he's guilty.
He did it.
Yeah.
And then he starts to unravel. But
It's
it's
good.
all about how your whole life is on video that the government has access to.
Kind of Rear Window. Hitchcock.
But that's way back, yeah.
No, but it's a
But
classic.
it's also Big Brothery.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But in Rear Window, Jimmy
Yeah.
Stewart
Yeah.
breaks
can
his
watch,
leg,
can-
and he watches the apartment building, all of
Yeah.
the windows and what people are doing, and he witnesses a murder.
That's true. He did.
So
And uncovers it.
and uncovers it.
Yeah.
But it's worth watching. It's a little wacky, but it's worth watching.
I thought it was really well done.
You liked it more than I
I thought
did,
it was
but I
really
liked
well
it.
written, and I looked up the guy who wrote it. He's an Irish actor, director, creator, who doesn't have much of a resume.
Yeah.
And I don't know where this came from, what niche in his
I don't know, it
brain,
just
but
came- it's
God, it
very-
was so detailed. And there's so many plot twists that are very good.
It really had a lot of.
It's very well done, and I think it's a real look into our future. It felt
scary.
It felt scary real to me. Way to go. Mercy, I recommend. 2 thumbs up. This is Alex
Wait,
from...
you forgot one.
What?
We
Oh,
watched the rest of
we did.
Gone with the Wind, which was, man, if you want to see a
So,
beautiful woman,
this-
Vivian Lee.
This is just me. I just have a knack for...
You do,
She's
you're
about
very
to
good
sit
at
down, and I just nail something on our 500 streaming channels,
Yeah,
right?
Billion. Yeah.
Okay, all of our movie channels, and I'll just scroll through, and I just have a knack,
Yeah, you're good. You
just
get
a
him the
gift
last
for.
minute.
I can find something, and I'll be like, oh, how
that's
lucky
good.
is that?
Yeah, you do that
And
all
it'll
the
be a
time.
classic movie,
Yeah.
and I hit it at exactly the right point in its airing,
Mm-hmm.
where we watched the end of Gone with the Wind, probably the last
20
20
minutes.
minutes.
Yeah.
And it was all we needed, because I've watched it in the theater before,
Yeah.
and you didn't remember this, but it has an intermission, it's so long.
Wow.
Where they actually let you go for
That's
popcorn
crazy.
in the middle of a theatrical movie. And
It was on TCM.
it's been so long since I watched it. It was on TCM. And it deals with movie stars. It's Clark Gable at his
Oh, best.
most dominant, where he just dominates scenes, just takes them over.
Oh, man.
And his body looks good.
Looks
and,
great.
And he's
so
just
handsome and
just so
manly.
virile,
Yeah.
right? And she is
Vivian Lee is
she's Elizabeth
breathtaking.
Taylor
Oh,
before Elizabeth
yeah,
Taylor.
she
She
is
was
breathtaking.
she's British and she speaks in that sort of East Coasty sort of high-minded accent, highfalutin, and she's a
She's
devious
gorgeous.
queen. She is. Ooh, she's always playing an angle on
And Hattie
somebody. Hattie
McDaniel.
McDaniel is
First
sensational.
black woman to win an Oscar.
She was. She won the Oscar for supporting actress
And Olivia
at that point.
Olivia de Havilland.
Yeah.
It was just, when you watch these actors, you just know these are actors.
It's a little soapy and it's
Yeah.
a little melodramatic, but it's
These
just-
are stars.
these are movie stars being movie stars at the highest level, and you just watch it and kind of shake your head like,
Man,
whoa,
at the end, the last
Whoa.
scene is just,
yeah. And then
it is so good.
he gives the walk away, and I'm not spoiling anything
No.
since it's the most famous line in the
No.
history of movies.
Right.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn, he says, and walks into the,
Yeah, sunset.
but it's kind of foggy, cloudy.
Yeah,
isn't it?
it's kind of look a little bit like Casablanca when they go on the
Yeah,
plane.
it is. It's like the end of that. These are movies,
Yeah,
movie
movies.
star movies. So we did do that.
That was good.
Thank you. That
Oh,
was
no,
an
thank you.
experience, right?
Yeah,
Mm.
it was great.
Did I leave one out?
Oh, no, I think that was it. I don't think we watched anything else. I watched some Hallmark, but one was
Not
good, one
I.
was bad.
Yeah, good. I think they're all
Jane and I
bad,
discussed the
but that's
Hallmarks,
okay.
but
Yeah. This is Alex from Charlotte, North Carolina, who says Conan O'Brien recently spoke on the murders of the Reiners, Mr. and Mrs. Knowing how affected you both were on their deaths, I was wondering what you thought about what Conan actually said. He didn't say a whole lot.
no, I've read at least 7 different interviews where they're talking about it. He really just talked about how shook up he was that they were at his party and the next day they were gone, and that
Well, he
it really
talked-
affected him.
He talked about how close of friends they had become,
Yeah.
that they just clicked as friends, and so they started seeing each other socially
Yeah.
a lot. And this was his holiday party,
Yeah.
right, at his
Yeah.
house in Brentwood,
Yeah.
right? I think it's
Yeah.
in Brentwood, not too far from here. And
But he didn't really talk
he
about
didn't-
the
there was no
intricate
graphic
details
detail
of
or
what,
anything.
they had said that the son went up to different people at the party.
Said,
and
"Are you
they asked him,
famous? Are you famous?
But
Are you
he
famous?"
just said that it was just, it has taken him a while to just get back to being normal again, but
So
then I saw today,
you saw his arraignment, right?
yeah, they showed us a clip,
and he
and
pled
he pled not,
not
guilty.
No shock.
And he just was sitting there smiling, which it's kind of jarring. And he just looks deranged. He doesn't look the same way when he looked in the pictures when they would have the family
Yeah.
portraits. In his eyes, he just looks totally a little deranged. And then I saw yesterday or the day before that the brother and sister, that they're trying to carry on with their lives. Of course, the paparazzi is everywhere, and the daughter is just going to CVS and taking the dog to get washed, and the son is teaching, he's coaching a baseball
Yeah.
league or whatever. And it's just like, how do you go on? And they're trying to go on, and they don't want to be part of the trial. They don't want to be there. They don't want to do anything. But I don't know. It's just, I don't know.
So I assume he'll plead insanity.
They said that there could be death penalty, or he'll get life without parolement.
Okay. Without parole, yeah.
Parole.
But you're of a mind he should.
I think it's just death penalty.
Death
I'm
penalty.
sorry. It's just, I guess I don't know how the family feels, but
Okay, just for the record, we just talked about the movie.
Manson-esque.
I know, I understand. But we talked about the movie Mercy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the classic case of, for the first half hour, you're watching the evidence built against Chris Pratt.
Mm-hmm.
And after 30 minutes, you're like, well, he did it. He deserves the death penalty, right? He stabbed his wife to death, right? In a drunken rage. They'd had all kinds of issues. He'd fallen off the wagon. It was just classic. You see him through the, what's the ring?
The ring, the video. Security camera.
And he's banging on the door saying, and she said, I'm not going to let you in here. You know,
all evidence points to him.
It just screams that he killed her. Okay, well, so at least you got to give this kid, I don't know how old he is. How old is
30
he?
something.
Okay, he's not a kid. But you got to give him a fair trial. And you're jumping to the conclusion that he stabbed his parents to death.
I think the evidence of what has appeared, it seems to be that he was the one. It's not like people are thinking there was a burglar that came in the house.
But
he slit his throat.
But I'm assuming his siblings would not want him to suffer the death penalty.
I guess not. I guess not.
But if it were your mom,
I would kill whoever did that to my mother.
Well, then you would get the death penalty.
No, I know, but I don't know.
But she would.
But I don't know. You don't know unless you're in the situation. So, but all I know is my heart goes out to all of those, the kids, the family, and he's just.
I can just tell you right now, he won't get the death penalty.
Yeah.
He might be in prison for most of the rest of his life, but.
Well, but Manson was up for parole.
Yeah,
Everybody still, the whole gang, they still come up for parole.
Much of the gang keeps getting denied.
Yeah, they get denied. It's a joke.
That was from 1968.
Yeah, but I mean, they still have come up for parole, which is insane.
Well, that's the system. You get your day in
But he
court,
won't come up for parole, they said.
Okay. All right.
I guess.
Okay.
Well.
Whew. Man, this is getting...
Yeah, let's lighten it up.
Tough. This is Ty from Aurora, Colorado, near the bunker.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the little one
wants to come up. Guess who wants to come up?
Got to hoist up the little one. Come on.
Hang on. She says, I've had enough down here on the floor.
We're hoisting Hazel up. Hazel, come on. Let's hoist up.
Hey.
There's Hazel.
There she is.
There she is. Okay, I have it. Okay.
Okay, I got it.
Okay.
Ty from Aurora says,
hello.
After having a party following the Berlin premiere of her new movie, Charlie XCX released a statement expressing her support due to the backlash she received. This is from Ty, I'm getting sick and tired of everyone releasing statements after getting any type of criticism. Skip, I know you always stand by what you say. I do. So what do you make of all these quote-unquote fake statements? Do you want to go? You want me to go?
I think everybody makes a statement nowadays. Everybody, there's a statement for everything.
Guess why? Because everybody reads their comments and everybody is now scared to death they're going to get canceled by their followers. And they hang on 3 comments, maybe 4 maximum, and they say, oh my God, what did I do?
Oh, because somebody said something. Okay.
Oh my God. Oh, I gotta issue a statement and say, no, I didn't mean it that way.
Right.
Yeah, you did. And so they try to backtrack, backpedal, sidestep, duck, dodge, try to please everybody all the time. You can't. Okay.
Some people hate you, some people like you. What can you do? But in the end, who really cares?
I'm in the opinion business. And people often ask me, as Draymond Green did a couple of weeks ago on his show, is there anything you've ever regretted saying? No, because I think and I say what I see, and I say it with my heart and my soul, and I'm smart, and I work at it, and I don't even have to come up with my opinion. It just hits me like tons of bricks while I'm watching something or reading something, and I express it, and I'm going to stand behind it, because that's what I've done for a long, long time.
But some people then read what somebody is saying, and then they say,
whatever.
Maybe I shouldn't have said that, because now these people are saying this, so.
I don't care. I stand on what I say.
Okay.
And yet, all these celebrities, they're so weak-minded, they're so thin-skinned, they're so vulnerable, and they just hang on their comments, and the people commenting should be so beneath their stature, right? But they're not. They don't think that way. They're like, oh my God. And all of these big celebrities, they're just like the Wizard of Oz. They're the little man behind the curtain, frantically pulling the levers of celebrity, oh, great and powerful Oz. And Toto pulls the cover back, and there's the little man, and he's just scrambling. He's going, oh, no, you're not supposed to see me. And Dorothy jumps all over him and says, you're, whatever she called him, you're a bad man. And he says, no, I'm a good man. I'm a good man. I'm just a bad wizard. Yeah. Well, okay, so these people become bad wizards, and I'm not saying they're bad people, because they can be good people, but they're yanking their levers trying to fool everybody, and then one person says, I got you. And they say, oh, you did. You got me.
Yeah, or it could be that one person doesn't like what the person says, and then they make them feel guilty, the celebrity, or they make the celebrity double think what they said, so then they have to say, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're right.
Maybe I shouldn't have said that.
Oh, I shouldn't have said that. But everybody I deal with, I always say this about LeBron James. I'm supposed to be the biggest LeBron critic, but I always say, I don't know him, but he comes across to me as a really nice guy who's too nice to be a great player, because to be great at something, it's like we're talking about President of the United States, you got to have a little killer in you. You got to have a little cold-blooded killer. You got to want to go out there and dominate. And LeBron wants to be loved by everybody.
Well,
he wants
nice
everybody.
Guy.
He's a nice guy.
There's nothing wrong with
and
being nice.
He wants to pal with everybody before games and after games, hug, and oh yeah.
But that means he's a nice guy.
But it's always keep your friends close and your enemies closer. So the guys you're playing against, he wants to buddy up to them, so they might take it a little easier on him in clutch time, crunch time. I don't know.
I don't think that's why. But.
And I always say Michael Jordan was so much better than LeBron James, because Michael, as Draymond said about me, pardon my language, but Draymond said to me, Draymond Green, in the show I was doing with Draymond, he said, you're one of those people who just doesn't give a fuck, okay?
I know, but just because Michael Jordan was like that doesn't mean LeBron has to be like that.
Okay, he doesn't, but then don't tell me he's a better basketball player, because with the one game for my life, I'll take Michael Jordan. Thank you very much. But you don't understand killer instinct.
I understand, but
you don't.
Everybody has an opinion of who they think.
If you're going to go win the game and rip somebody's proverbial throat out athletically, competitively, give me Michael Jordan, because that's how he lived his life. And he wasn't the nicest guy. I got to know him. I had the privilege of getting to know the not nice Michael Jordan.
Well,
okay? I don't know. It's just, what do you want? Do you want a nice guy? If you want a nice guy, take LeBron. If you want a winner, take...
Well, I guess that's what people can choose. They want nice, they can have him.
Okay. All right. Sorry, we took way left turn.
Went into LeBron.
But you were talking the other day, we're talking about fakeness, and you showed me a story about a woman who got caught. She's an influencer, like a beauty,
She's a beauty influencer.
She's a beauty influencer.
Yes.
And she got caught where her beauty function.
She had her TikTok on
malfunctioned.
Yeah, malfunctioned. So she has this persona on her TikTok. And I think it was Chinese. I think it was China.
Chinese,
and she's this beautiful, very alabaster-looking girl. And then what happened was, it was like the wizard pulled back the curtain.
She got caught.
And then she showed that she didn't really look like that alabaster young girl. And her fans freaked out. But then some fans said, well, you actually look better that way.
I know, and I
But she
kind of thought
doesn't
she
want to
did,
look better
actually.
that way. She wants to look better the other way.
Well,
but,
she was fake.
Right, it's fake.
She's not real.
But my best friend Francesca sent me, this was really funny, she sent me a little clip of this girl who had a nose job, a young girl, maybe 24 years old, and she said she was getting a nose job because when she has kids, she doesn't want her kids to have her nose.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you understand what's wrong with that?
Yes.
You don't inherit a nose job. You inherit a nose.
I got it.
So that's the world we live in.
That's a whole nother ball of wax. Yeah. Okay.
It's funny.
It's very funny. Okay, speaking of funny, one last question comes from Andrew from Orlando, who says, I recently read that writers from multiple comedy shows like SNL and The Daily Show were asked this question: is Donald Trump actually funny to comedy writers? This is during a speaking panel. So Andrew says, I'll ask you both what they were asked. Is Donald Trump actually funny? Okay.
I think he's funny sometimes by not really meaning to be funny.
Yeah.
So he could be funny that way. And then sometimes he can come out with something that's pretty funny
Yeah.
because he doesn't really care what he says about people.
Yeah.
And it's almost crazy funny.
Talk about someone who doesn't give an F what
Right.
anybody
So
thinks.
when he says
He's
something off the
ultimate.
cuff,
Yeah.
it's almost like you can't believe he actually said it, so it makes it funny. Like, do you believe he just said that? Crazy funny.
Okay. I think he's unintentionally funny, but funny when he goes scathing, scorched earth on somebody in a tweet or even in a response in a media session where he's being scaldingly critical of somebody who dared to criticize him.
Who actually spoke in a
okay.
news conference, and he says,
Yeah.
where are you from? Newsday. You're not worth me talking to. Like,
Okay, I understand.
not really funny.
Okay,
That's not
okay,
funny.
but that's not what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. When he goes off on somebody, some of the lines, and I should have gone back and looked through it, but I don't care enough to go back and look through it. But sometimes he makes me laugh with how he just nukes somebody in
Yeah.
response. And only he would have the balls to do that, but he just goes off, and it's, when I say unintentionally funny, he's not trying to be funny, I don't think, but it comes across as funny to me because they're funny lines
Right.
where they're actually pretty clever, where he turns it on somebody and just annihilates them with his sarcasm. And his sarcasm, well, it's like Don Rickles humor.
Yeah, but that's different.
It's like an insult comic humor, right?
Yeah, but Don Rickles, he could do it because he was a comedian. He's not a comedian.
No, I
and he's
understand he's
doing
not
it,
trying
and
to be a
whoever he's nuking, it's just a terrible thing. It's just, I don't know.
Okay, but to answer the question,
Yes. You think he's funny?
Can he be funny? Every
Yeah.
once in a while, but I'm not saying he's trying to be a stand-up comic.
No.
He's just responding with Trumpisms, they're
Yeah.
and they're off the cuff, and it always comes across he's tweeting for himself. I don't think he's got script writers tweeting for him.
Yes.
I mean, they might help a little bit with the wording, but I think the lines are just spilling out
Well,
of
you
him.
have to remember he is an entertainer. He was on The
No, that's
Apprentice
true.
for
Well, yeah.
years.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's new to the entertainment
And,
world.
and nobody knows showbiz better than
Yeah,
he
he
does.
does.
He knows how to play all the angles.
Yeah.
He always has a sense of what to say when it's best to say it, preaching to his choir,
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
his constituency.
Yeah.
He's always right on cue and right on time with the right line and the right sort of take, the right stance that appeals to the people who voted for him, right? Or might vote for him in the future, because it sounds like he's going to try to change law to run for a third term. But,
Well, I guess he knows what his people like.
well, in fact, you just stated the essence of a two-term president, right? You have to know what your people want. And of course, you need enough of your people to
Yeah.
vote you in. But I point out again, this past election, he won by landslide.
I don't know what his rating is right now. I haven't seen that lately.
They come and go. But
Ebbs and flows.
Donald Trump, funny, who knew? That's it for our episode 60, our round 60. I can't believe we've gotten this
60.
far. And we will see you again
We'll see you
next
next
week, if in fact we're still speaking.
Peace
and
out.
we
We'll see
hope
you.
to be.
And Hazel's
Hazel
still here.
says,
Bye now.
Bye.